Good evening. Welcome to week 3. Means we're over halfway through the class, pretty much. All right, so I'm still looking forward to seeing your week 1 and 2 work. So please contact me so I know where you stand on it. All right, software for this class is Adobe CC 2018, as we got working on your computer last week. So, like I said, I look forward to seeing what you have on it. All right, and if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, so last week we ended, well, here, let's go ahead and go over what we're expecting this week. So week 3, structure a page with HTML, create a grid layout with CSS, create a responsive layout with CSS, discuss the importance of responsive design in relating to search engine rankings, optimize and insert images into a web page, modify a grid layout with CSS, understand and apply HTML form elements, and create a functioning web form for multiple devices. All right, for the discussion this week. Discuss the importance of responsive design in relation to search engine rankings. The assignment: structure a page with HTML, create a grid layout with CSS, create a responsive layout with CSS, optimize and insert images, modify a grid layout. Okay, which we've been doing all along. It's all the same stuff, okay? And I've done it on all the way along on reason so that you can see it every week and start to practice it. Understand and apply HTML form elements and create a functioning web form for multiple devices, okay? We will go over that this week as well. All right, so first, what we're gonna do. We left this off last week right here so that we had the working 768 and 1024. As we discussed, we wouldn't go any further because, just by clicking it, look, it even messed it up. So let me go ahead and fix that really quick. Remember the CSS designer, and that was the logo. Let's take it down to 15%. All right, so we will save everything file, save all related, and save all. Now let's make sure that's still good. Go back. All right, that's all still good. All right, so now what we need to do is actually create the other forms, other pages. But before we do that, what we're going to do is it's going to be, we need the services page, so that's going to be services.html. The gallery, gallery.html. Whoops. Crew page, crew.html. And the contact page, contact.html. All right, so now we're going to save this file, save all. All right, so next I want to create these other pages. All right, this is the home page. So for it, I'm going to click on here and add the link right here, index.html. Come on, there we go. All right, now that will always bring us back to there. So save all. All right, next I want the services page. File, save as. services, and you need to spell these exactly like you spelled them in the links. Otherwise, they don't work. File, save as, gallery, file, save as, crew. Notice I'm not using capitals because the common way of doing this across the world is lowercase. And the last one is contact. And notice we go back to here, refresh. We've now created all the files we need. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the contact one tomorrow night or Thursday night. All right, so we've got all these pages. Let's go back and take a look. And we're going to rearrange some of those pages, all right? So what I need to do is we'll bring up this file. All right, so in fact, rather than there, let's go to the one we have on the desktop for Mod 8, Design 248. All right, so we're not going to touch the contact yet. So for the crew page, we're going to make it look like this. All right. This is what I want the main page to look like. All right. Crew page. This is the desktop, tablet, and we're not doing the smartphone because every time we do, you saw what happened. So we're only doing these two. All right. Now, so I want to keep this over here so it's always up. That. And we're going to hide that. All right, next. So if I'm doing that, that's the crew page. So what we need to do is open the crew page. And we're going to lay this out, all right? So notice, let's start with the crew page. We have the links at the top, and then it says meet the crew. So this is gone, but it's a dark banner. So instead of a photo, now we're going to go to CSS Designer, 1024, down here at the bottom. Now watch when I add one. All right. So now I have row, column, HP banner. I don't have that up here. Right? All right. So we're going to background. Change the background. And notice there's a picture there. Well, how do we get rid of that picture? We come look here, and it's not. There's no picture at all. But I don't need this one anymore. We only need one of them. Okay. And we don't need the button. All right, so that leaves that. Now we come down here and notice, like I said, it doesn't have it here. So let's go look at the HP banner in the styles, all right? And you'll see background image right there, okay? That's why it's easier just to delete this section, all right, out of this page. Because if I started to adjust it, I will be adjusting that all the pages. All right, because that would be right here, background image right there. We don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do for this page, let's go back to the source code. We're going to take that whole section out for this page. All right, so it's now gone. And see what that did? So how do we do this so that it doesn't mess it up like that? right? So we start by taking out one div at a time. Still messed it up because that div goes through that whole thing, right? So what I'll need to do is we're going to come down here. This now is blue, right? So we want to change that to a darker green with the white. So I really don't need this on this page, this section. It's gone. All right, this section, gone. And look where that leaves us. All right, so what I need to do first is take that and, well, on this page, I'm entering it down, right? So we'll come down here and we're going to call this banner, right? So this is now going to be the banner. All right. So we click on it. Oh, come on. Change the name. All right. Now it's totally gone because there is no style for it, right? Well, what we want to do is now put that down. So for the banner, we're going to come over here, go down to the bottom. We're going to delete that one because as we just discussed, there's no need for it. All right, so we've got our banner selected. Now we're going to come over here, add this. Now notice I named it .banner. So because of that, now it's separating it from the other one. And watch, as we come down here, we go down, it's starting to get to its place, to hit there, and it's going to be 100%. I don't need this line, and I don't need the button. Right, there we go. So all I have is meet the crew. Now, notice this is all up here. It's the footer, so we have to put that at the bottom. So to do that, we will add one line, footer text, and come down here and there. So that puts it back down at the bottom. Notice this green up here and this color here. That's the footer. So we're going to add the footer. Actually, I'm sorry, yeah. Why isn't that going to the footer? So we're going to add a class ID, footer base. All right, so there, we're going to go here, base, and boom. So that puts it all down there. Now this is all lined back up. All right, so we're going to come to this one. I want to go to the banner. So let's go back to the banner. That banner is going to be a dark green. So we're going to grab the dark green. All right. Go to the background. V. All right, the letters are hard to read, so we're going to make them white. Pound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we are going to center them. And that does that. That would create now, we take a look, now we're here. All right. Next, well, now we need 4 different columns. All right, so now we're going to make our own columns. All right, there's 4 columns, so it's fourths, right? Well, guess what? Look, 1, we've already got those right here. So we're going to use those, but we're taking the graphics out. All right. So to do that, all I do is this. Take the image out. Okay. Now we're putting a box in there. So we're going to enter. And we're going to put a section in. So let's go back to Insert, HTML. And now we're putting in, let's put in a section. Class, we're going to call it column. In fact, we're going to call it period column. There we go. All right, so as you notice, there's one right there now. Okay, so that just added this next section. Now I want 4 of those. All right, so let's go back. So we're going to click here. Notice this is it. And that's now in there, right? So we're going to do that same thing. Now what I could do, we could just do this to shorten our code. And it's just like it was the picture before. So I'm going to copy that, Command C. Command V. Command V. And V. And click. And as you can see, we have each one of the columns up there. All right, so next, what we need to do. Notice there's a space and it's colored, okay? So this is where we could start breaking all this down because there's going to be a graphic in there, and then below it will be text. Now, this is going to be a green, a light green color. So we still need to put the background color, right? So let's talk on this. So this column is going to be a light green. So let's go back to the CSS, 1024, very bottom, and add. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Where is it? Where didn't it go? Got 2 periods. Should only have 1. All right, there we go. So that one this will be column 2, column 1, actually. There we go. So now notice that's column 1. Column 2. And column 3. All right, so now we have all these set up. So the first column is going to be a light green. So let's go grab it. Let's put this one there. All right, and that's this one. So the background, light green. Oops. That was column 1. So let's start with this column. There we go. All right, there we go. So see how we made that light green? Now, what we can do also is now we're going to add padding of 5. Okay, and see how that brings it in? Well, we're going to do that all the way around it. In fact, we're going to do 10. But before we do that, delete that. Watch what happens if I put 5 here. Notice how that brings it in. Let's go back and look. That's how this one's set up. It's 5 in between them. All right. So rather than at the beginning, we're going to go back here and put it at the end. All right. So there we put the 5 there. And now we go, and this is where the padding comes in, because we need 5 around the outside of it. And we're going to go back and put 5. All right, there we go. Now I have 5 around it, so it's easy to put. And, okay, so as we come over here, this is column. So what I can do, because it's column, is right here, we're going to import a graphic at the very beginning of that. So to do that, I'm going to go up here to Insert, and that is going to be right there. There we go. See how that's starting to add all this? So now, content goes here. This, we're going to insert an image. All right? So now we've got to select these images. All right, so let's take a look. Homepage, homepage, homepage. These are our homepage. This is the images. But what we need to do is go back to my working files. The image is here. And this is the crew owner. We're going to open that. All right. Now, see how it's squished down? What we need to do is decrease its size. And actually, you know what? The way this one's working, the way this one came out, yeah. So we're going to make it smaller. 50%. Okay, and there we go. So that's that image. And now we'll put the content here. In this content, what we're going to do is, now we're going to come over here and add another thing to it. Now we're on the paragraph. So the paragraph, we're going to put a 5 margin in as well. But notice how that did it up there, right? Because this. So we're going to take that out. There we go. Notice how that's equal all the way around now. So we come to this part, and that's that P. All right, so that will be this. We're going to delete it and redo it. There we go. All right, now I want to, and actually that's got a pretty good one to it. So we're going to, instead, we're going to go back to that image and add one there. Okay, so now I'm going to put 5 down here below it. And see how that gave us more space? But look at that space. Now it doesn't look right. Before we did that, it looked great, right? So we're going to actually leave that. And now the content here, what we'll do is we're going to go back to all the files, to desktop, 8, images, okay. All right, this is where the information comes in, all right? And we're setting all these up. So we want, this is the Meet the Crew page, right? Well, we've got this. Meet Dave, the owner, right? That's going to be H2. So that's going to go at the very top. So that's going to go right here. All right? So instead of a P, we're going to make that H2. And then we'll close it. All right, and yeah, see how that went there? So we want just, come on, meet the owner. All right, notice left aligned, all right? So that's what we want, meet Dave, the owner. There we go. All right, and now, enter. Now we're going to enter, okay, you notice there's text there. So we'll go back, and that's this. And that's just a paragraph style. So Command C, right? And you'll notice, let's go here to our CSS designer, very bottom. I have the image. That's the column. That's the image in the column, and that's the column. All right? So now, right here, we're going to open, P, close. And V, bring the owner, blah, 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 blah. And now, that almost looks like it. There we go. All right, so there's that column. All right, so that was easy. Next column is going to be the About Us. All right, so basically what I'm going to do now, because this is About Us and that's all, so we're going to take this amount right here, just right there. Let's see, all right. Come down. And let's see, column 1, the contents. The same thing. All right, now you see we have that there. But instead of meet Dave, the owner, this will become About Us. And then the text. So the About Us, and then here we go, the text. See? All right, and then we'll find, let's see, vacation, and then when. Let's see, so right here. Oops. Right, so there we have it. But let's go take a look. Notice this is a darker color. So we're going to take that and go back to column 1. So now column 1, add the column 1. And we're going to make this one. Let's go to this green. All right. So I want my background, Command V. All right, so now we have this. But let's go back. As you can see, these are touching up here. They're not touching here. All right, and what I didn't do was add spacing, okay? And like I said, though, this one, adding the spaces in between those would look better in the above. So let's go back up to here to column, which is this one, and we're going to add right here 5. See, now that added it. So here we're going to do the same thing with column 1. All right, so column 1, we're going to go 5, and then 5. And then inside of it, the padding, 5, 5, 5. All right, notice it goes to 55 automatically. For some reason, it likes to do that on my Mac. It duplicates that number. All right, so as you can see, now we have all that. But these aren't the same size. We'll take care of that in the end, okay? So next column. Well, the next column is 2. So we're going to take that out here. And we're going to insert, all right? All right, so we're going to leave that temporarily. Right here, so column 2. Find the column 2, which is right here. Right, and now the text. And take the text out. Now we're going to insert an image. And this image is the crew go back here, there we go. Now we want the crew team open. All right, and as you can see, it went in there nicely, but it's a little tight up here. So what we're going to do, first things first, is go back to CSS Designer, very bottom, and now we need to add that. All right, so column 2 image. See, and if we go over it, it tells you right there what it is, column 2 image. All right, so first things first, down here, margin 5. All right, and now we've set that one up the same. But notice this is coming back. Well, to fix that, this is where this comes in, the padding. Let's see. We'll go back and take a look at these. Take a look there. Notice margin 5, 5. Oh, okay, so that might be too much there. So let's go back and we're going to delete that one. There we go, and see how that made it fit? All right, now we go down to the bottom and look, there we are. So we are going to add 5 at the bottom as well. Because what that will do now is add that space before we get to the footer. All right, and we're going to do that with each one of these as well. So we'll start here, 5. Okay, he doesn't notice it because, well, it's not down there. All right, and this one is going to be that one as well. I'm going to put a 5 there. Okay, so next, what we need to do, like I said, we'll get all these here in a minute. So first, we're going to go File, Save All Related Files, and Save All. All right, so the next one, now the crew info. All right, well that, as you can see here, is another color, but it's this color, okay? So we're going to go grab that green again, which is that one. All right, so let's go down. We're going to click here. We want the column. Now we add it. Come down here, column 3. Okay, that's right. So now the background, V. Now we're going to add the 5 here. 5, 5, 5. All right. And notice it's still up against there. Well, what I have to do now is go back to column 2, and I've got the 5 at the end. But what I didn't do is put 5 there because there's the picture. Now we've put it around the picture, all right? So next, we save. So we come back down here. Before we save, what we can do, all right? And what we're going to do again is come back to this. And we're going to copy that section. We're going to put that in this one section. Okay, and to do it, we're going to enter and put the command V. See, that put it right there. So instead, this is going to say the crew. Okay. And we're going to change that out. And come over here, go down to the crew. Notice, all right, there is 2 sections. So we're going to put an H3 for this one. All right? So the crew. Enter. Open H3. Close. All right. Enter. And now this is just going to be a paragraph. So for the paragraph, we're going to go grab it. And that's it right there. Command C. V. All right. Now notice, now we've got to go through here. Okay, Beth, office manager. Whoops. Carol. Tom. Tammy. Bill. Lisa. Mark. Specialist guy. Guy. And there we have all those. Okay, but you'll notice they're spaced out. So what we're going to do is come back here. Enter. Enter. And see how this is putting this enter basically into there. So, see, so now I'll just go here. Check. I just need this part. I don't need that space. All right, and there we have it. Now you can see it's lined up. Okay, so next what we need to do is, well, now we need to add the spacing inside, right? So let's go back to here, right? And we want 5 all the way around. I don't want Siri. There we go. Close Siri out. There we go. All right. So as you can see, there's that. So this is the largest one. This is the picture. So I want everything to equal that picture size, right? All right. So to get that, let's click on it. So that picture is actually 366. Well, that's that image. I mean, that picture is height 959. So we're going to go over to column 1, height 959. I'll watch. And see, that takes it all the way down to there. Column 2, column 1, same thing. 959. And here, 959. And take a look. And then this one's going to be 959 as well. Now, I'm not caring for that. So what I did, we'll take a look at that picture, all right? So let's go to that image and look how big we made that image. Okay, so the image, if we look, we made it 50%. So what if I do that to this one? 50. All right, now take a look. It didn't shrink it. All right, well, let's take a look here where we did this. Nothing happened there. We didn't do it there at all, right? So this is where another place where it's not totally working correctly, all right? As you can see, we've changed that, but it still did not go to the right size. All right, so we'll leave it at that. But now let's go back. 959. So now we're going to click on this last one and do the same thing. Height 959. All right, so there we have them. So now we're going to save that file. Save all. I should have saved all related files. Okay, so this is the crew page. Now, let's take a look, all right? So we're going to close that one. We're going to go back to here. All right, so there's the crew, the gallery, the home page, and the services. All right, the home page and services are very similar, right? The gallery. So the crew is the only one that's really different. So we've done that one, right? So next, well, let's see. That's the contact. We're going to do that one later. All right, so let's do the gallery next. All right, the fun thing about the gallery, we're going to save, close that. Let's open the gallery page. All right, now the gallery, if we go down, let's take a look again. All right, so we're going to hide that for now. And we're going to bring up, whoops. All right, so let's look at the gallery again. All right, in fact, let's bring it up. There we go. And you'll notice it's just like that, except 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So they're just pictures. So all we have to do, all right, is let's go back here. We're going to close the gallery. We're going to delete the gallery. All right. So delete. Yes. All right. Now I'm going to bring up the crew. We're going to go File, Save As, Gallery. Whoops, I misspelt it. So let's refresh that. Close it temporary, close that one. And we're going to come over here. Come on, let me change it. Okay, it's going to make me do this the hard way. So we're going to go here, Edit Name, Gallery. All right, there we go. So now I open the gallery. Okay, again, all I have to do, so in these sections, all right, so let's go back to the CSS Designer, 1024. All I really need to do, click in here. All right, so I'll have these div classes, right? And so we're going to name this column. Well, if I add it, it's going to just affect the column name, right? So we're going to call it column G, right? Little g. All right, so there we go, column little g. As you can see here, we go back, and that changed this. So that's one step too far. All right, so I'm going to take a 10-minute break. I will be back, and we'll continue from there. Okay, now I'm back. All right, so what we were talking about now is by adding a G to that end, okay? Whoops. There we go. Column G, I took that whole column out. When we go back and look, well, it's got basically 8 pictures, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to delete the photo and delete the text. But we're staying with that section, okay? All right, so there we have it. And now we're going to input one picture. So we're going to insert image. All right, now we've got to go back to those working files, to the images, gallery 1. Open. All right, there we have it. Now notice how tall it is. Again, we're going to go to percentage, and let's put 50. All right. So before we did that, it was that. Now we go back to 50. Whoa. There we go. All right. But we're going to put 5 above and 5 below. All right. And notice this is just the column G. All right. So what we need to add now is, because we're on the column G, we're going to go back here. If you get on that, that tells you that was the last one, the column. So we're going to do column G. All right, and then we're going to come here. We're going to do 5, 5, whoops, and 5. All right, now we're going to add that all the way out, okay? But you'll notice something weird when we do. All right, so now we've got that there. So we're going to take this column 1 all the way down to column 2, which, notice we start at a div. So we're going to take all those out. What I could do is I could click here, delete. Notice it left the div in there, right? That's fine for now. And this one, same thing. All right, so that tells me which divs go to what now. All right, so now we're going to take that out like that. And then we're going to take this. All right, now notice it just stacked them and they're all the same picture, right? Well, we're going to fix that. All right, so we click on it. And what we need to do is go down here. Notice it's float left. And it's not coming back up. Well, the reason is I need to put the selection outside each of those. Okay, so let's come back to here. And that's going to be right there. Okay, so each picture, since this is column G, each picture, now I need to actually just line them up. So to do that, we're going to add another one. Notice this is body image. Do we have another body image? No, so that would work. All right. So let's scroll down. And we click here. And it didn't work. You know what? Since it wants to be difficult, we're going to do this the hard way then. We're going to take that div, div1, and delete it. All right. So now we're going to insert another div. Wrap around it. Okay, excuse me, that's not what we wanted to do. In fact, we're going to leave the div down to there. There we go. One div, there we go. So all my divs are okay now. So now, because this opens it, so we're going to insert image. Okay. Gallery 1, open. All right. Now that image, we're going to come back here. So we're going to delete that one since it wanted to be difficult. Now we're going to insert row image. No. What we want to do is name this image. Come on. Class ID gal. .gal. There we go. And there we go. So we're going to add that there. See, that gives us that one. We're going to clear left and take it down. And put it right there. All right. Now we're going to make that 50%, right? So all we have to do is minimum width, 50%. All right. Now you'll see that that didn't quite go out, did it? Well, we need 25, not 50. Sorry. Math was off. There we go. But notice the height is still off. So the best place to do it is right here. Because if I do 25%, it's 25% of the height, not 25% of that image. But we'll just leave that for now. All right. So now we're going to 5, 5, 5. All right. Scroll down. We've got it left. Okay. So now, whoops, click on that one again. So that one is inside this div. What we're going to do is copy that, Command C, Command V. And you'll see that it takes it down, okay? And the reason is because I have this clicked on. Now I take that off, and look, now everything's working. All right, so now I have the 4. But you'll notice it doesn't quite fit. And that's because putting the 5% in, this is why I don't like this template, is by just putting that 5% in here, that 5 pixels, that made it over 25%. So one way that we could fix that instead, let's go to here. All right, instead of putting the 5 here, we're going to delete, delete, delete. Now what we can do, 5, 5, 5, is we'll put it inside the padding. And look what that just did. I just brought it aligned where we needed it. Okay? Now what we're going to do is put an enter, So we'll do a break. Open, break. All right, and now we're going to copy those again. C, V. And see how that just put them down there? So now what we need to go back and do is we'll click on the picture. And that picture, I'm going to highlight it. Notice it says gallery 11111. All right, well, let's go take a look at the folder. Okay, so gallery 1 through 8. What we're going to do, we're going to copy 2 through 8. Command C. Now we go into the working file, to the images, and we're going to paste. Right, so they're now all 8 in there, right? So let's pull Dreamweaver back up. And what I'm going to do is just go through back 2. Whoops, that one's going to be 3. Back 2. Back 4. Let's line this up. All right, so that, yeah, that looks better. 4, 5, 6. Oops, I'm a little off. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, now I've got all those 8 pictures in there. Right, so we're going to File, Save All Related Files, File, Save All. All right, so now I have that one set up, right? Next, what we want to do, well, let's see, let's go back to the PDFs. Okay, so we've done the crew. I want that one open too for now, okay? I'm going to move this one over to there. All right, so we've got the crew, inspiration gallery. Well, let's take a look. It still says this. Well, I want that to say inspiration gallery. Whoops. Okay, so we have the inspiration gallery. File, save all. All right, now, well, let's take a look at our text. That's not the one I wanted. There we go. All right, so the inspiration gallery, that's all it said on there. All right, so it's set. All right, next, we want to look at what one. All right, so we've got the crew, contact, like I said, we're waiting. Homepage, services. So we bring the services up. All right, now the services. And you notice we're only doing one size for right now. We will do the rest here later. All right, so now I take a look here. All right, this one does not have this section in it, right? So we can just take that whole section and delete it. All right, now this, okay, we've got the info blue. Well, we don't need to do much here. So let's go back to there. Now watch what happens when I go info box blue and do that. All right, that fits. So we're gonna save all that, right? All right, so now let's open my home page. And look, everything's still right. All right, so we're doing good. All right, now, all I want to do, let's go back here. All right, the inspiration, because it's basically the same page. But now you'll notice that this section up here needed text in it. So what we're going to do, we're going to put that back. And what we're going to do is that's going to be banner services .serv serve. All right, so that's banner serve. So we come over here. Okay, so now we're going to the bottom. We're going to add that section. There we go, the banner serve. All right, and well, what I want to do, we're going to go up to the blue, up here to the banner. All right, here to the banner, the HP banner. Let's go to styles, and we're looking for HP banner right here. So we're going to copy that. All right, let's go down here to the bottom to this new one I just added. Banner serve. Now watch. All right, now notice it didn't do anything. File, save all related files. All right, so now we'll take a look at the banner one, banner serve. Well, I need to take that banner serve down. All right, so let's go down here to the banner serve. Notice none of that is here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. I'm just supposed to add it back in. That's good. It didn't add any of it back in. Let's go back here. Go to the bottom and double check. It says it here. Okay. Banner.serve. Let's click here. All right, so let's go to banner serve. Banner space. All right, I'm going to do this. Whoops, we want that. So what we're going to actually do is instead of deleting, well, the good thing is because basically that was the home page, and delete the page. And do the index, file, save as, service. All right, now we have it back. That was easy. And, well, let's go, we don't need that anymore. Now we're gonna go into the CSS really quick, go to the very bottom and delete that one, okay? Now let's just go back to here. All right, so now what I wanna do is instead of calling this HP banner, this is going to now be SERVICE, service banner. All right, there we go. Now it tied it in. That was part of the problem. It didn't tie it in before. So now, let's go back over here. Go up to HP banner. I'm going to copy everything there. All right, so let's go to the bottom. Now, to type this, notice it says dot service banner. Well, the easiest way to create that, let's go over here, click on here, go to the very bottom. Notice it's still there, so we're going to get rid of that. All right, now we add one. Come on. There we go. We want the service banner. At the very bottom. Add it. All right, this one's gone. All right, now for the service banner. Now we just go down to the bottom. Notice it's there. And there we go. So see how that put it right back into there? Now we go to here, go to there, and you can see what? It's not doing it right. So we're going to go to here and hit that. There we go. All right, so now we have everything in there that we need, right? For some reason, these two are not tying across. There. 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 It's there, but it's not showing up, okay? So that's a flaw, by the way. It's one of those flaws. All right, so now we have a graphic in the background. We want the graphic gone. As we go look, no graphic. It's a solid color. All right, so what do we want this? Let's go take a look at our colors. Our color palette. Let's make it this blue. All right, so the background. Now, let's go down here. The background color, the background size is an image. We're going to, come on, we're going to do this. All right. All right, notice, there we go. All right, so it's gone. But let's go back up here now. Background color. All right, so background dash color colon. So BACK, and look, GROUND dash color. It automatically puts it. I put the color and put a semicolon. And look, there it took it. Okay. Now you'll see the difference here because guess what? That one's a light blue. So let's go ahead and we're going to change that color to, let's put the light green. All right. Make sure to take out the pound as well. And there we go. Okay, so I'm not going to, let's look. There's no buttons. So we're getting rid of, whoops. We're going to delete the button. Now let's go back to the source code. And the button's right there. We no longer need that button, so we're getting rid of it. All right, now we're going to first go File, Save All Related Files, Save All. All right, now, next thing to do, this section, well, let's go look at the text that they want us to use on that page. All right, so let's see, that's all the pages. Home page, we did that. Services. This is the services page. So H3. These two are H3. All right, so we're going to copy that. All right, now we're going to put another H3. Okay, and we're going to go grab that text. And then an H1, no yard too small or large. Now notice this one says larger and bolder than the line above, but H3. Let's go back over. That doesn't make sense really, because if you're using H3, it doesn't. So now watch what happens when I go H2. There we go. We just made it larger and bolder. All right. But we're also going to put an enter in there and do a break. All right. That adds that. Come back. No yard, no yard too large or too small. Too small or too large. So we're going to take that and we're going to put that there. All right, but we're also going to put another break here. So there we have that. Next, bring up the word. There we go. 2 boxes. Lawn care services. H2. Let's go back. And we need an H2, which is this one. We want the break. Lawn care services. Okay, so there's the lawn care services. Now we want another break. Okay. This is a P. So that's paragraph. All right, so we can just do that easily. Right here, open P, close, and post inside there. All right. Now the listing. Let's go take a look at this wireframe. Oh wait, that's supposed to be in that box. So what do we need to do? Well, there's a services photo that should go there. All right, well, let's go back to the images. And notice there really isn't one here. All right. So I'm not requiring that. But these services folders will be down here at the bottom. All right, so we're going to copy those over here and Command V. All right, so let's go back over now. So that, as you can see, doesn't belong in that one. Whoops. So now we're going to take this out. We're going to take that and see. All right, so that puts that back to there. Now that's going to be here. We need no button, right? So this one, let's go back to the text. Lawn care services, H2. All right, well, that's that. All right, so we're going to grab that from here. Back over. All right, lawn care services. Oops. Now a paragraph. This is a paragraph. We come back to here. Now here's where the paragraph is. All right. Now the next one included is. Let's go take a look, make sure this is looking right. Okay. Included is. The included's down on the next line. So here, well, we're going to just go like that. But notice it's left. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that included. Let's see, take it out of there. All right, and we're going to put it here. All right, now notice it just went in there as included. So we're going to open the paragraph, close, and put it in there. And then take it out right there. All right, so what I want to do though is make that a section. So to do this, because this is supposed to be left, this is supposed to be left, right? Well, right here, now we're going to put in a div. All right, so we're going to insert. There we go. Insert a div. Add insertion point. All right, take that out, hit enter. Now I'm going to take these, put them right there. All right, and you'll notice that they came out left justified. I mean center justified. Well, I want to change that, so I'm going to click here. And this div, let's go back to here and watch what happens when we add that div. Notice it did the blue box. So what I need to do is actually instead of adding a div, okay? So, and this is, I'm doing this so you can see what you need to do. All right, so now what we need to add instead of a div. Let's go back to insert section. Now you can insert a side as well or a main. Section will be a lot easier right there. All right, so we have the section in. Now, this. Okay, and then we're going to take this, move it up one. All right, so now it's still, as you can see. So now we're going to go here and now watch the difference. Still didn't add anything, did it? So what we need to do, see where this says section? We're going to escape for a second. Now we're going to add, this is the section, and I'm going to call it LC-SVS, services, lawn care services, because that's this box's name. All right, and tie it into the CSS. Now we add it. Now look at that. Notice it has it now. So text is all left justified. Okay, now there's that section. Now we're going to add another section. All right. Control V. All right. Now with this section though, the difference, what we're going to do different. Now, notice this is LCVS. So we're going to do LCVS dash list. Whoops. Okay, now notice it just defaulted back to the automatic because there is no LCV list yet. All right, and now what I'm going to do, take this out, insert, because let's go take a look, UL and LI, so an unordered list. So we come back over. So now, here, down, and we're going to add list, all right? So, but, you notice I didn't add the actual list, right? So, but I've now called this a list. So now we can import the list, all right? Let's go back and we're gonna grab these. Command C and V. And look, I've already got those there, okay? But you notice they're not in the order I need. It needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So what I have to do is we're going to create an actual list for this. All right, so insert list. I want the unordered list. All right. And that's going to be this one and this one. All right. Notice they're right next to each other. So yeah, we're just going to go here, open BR. And that put them right there. Okay. So I'm going to now, because they're unordered lists, well, notice they're already marked in there. So I don't have to make them a list. I don't really have to make them a list. But we're going to. So what we're going to do is take this out. And open / unordered list, because we need to close it. All right, now we're going to insert a list item, right? So right there, list. First one. Let's go back to here, and notice it's already adding that. Mowing edging. So we want mowing. Copy it. Edging. All right. Mowing and edging, then hedge trimming, cleaning all hedges. All right. So, but we want to come back to CSS design, styles here, go all the way down. And now we're adding the little list here. All right. So first thing, left justify. There we go. That puts those right there. Next, go back up. And we want to left float. Notice I put those together, right? Well, how do we do this? Right? So instead of doing left float, we're going to put that section there. twice. All right, now this, let's go back to here. Versus here. This one we're going to leave there, but now we're going to add the UL. Notice how it's info box blue, all right? So no, that's not what we need. So we need the UL. We've got to actually name it. Or we can go back to the list right here. Okay? And what I could do, there we go. Now it's in the right place. All right, now what I could do is this UL. Now we'll click on here as the UL, and we will call it blue dash list. We'll call it dot blue, okay? All right, so now we have that as the blue list. All right, so we come over here, and we add it. All right, now if we go and do this, there we go. So that brought that other one up. And now we can start to put them in their places, all right? So let's go back to the list right here. That's the list. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's go back into it. So the section, all right, the section's fine. We're going to actually move it over. So notice that moves the upper part. We want to move the UL. All right, so let's go to ULI. Well, we didn't make a UL. Okay, so that's the blue list. So right here, that's the ULLI. Okay, so now let's go here. Okay, mowing edging. All right, so this one is the first one. This is the second, right? So if I take this one out, this is what we get. So I didn't want to put right here on this LI. That's clear. Well, let's clear it there. All right, so there we have it. Now the width, now we're going to take the width and make it 40. All right, now, in fact, let's take it up. Let's take it to 60. 70. There we go. All right, now to add the next one. Okay, so now we're going to copy that. Let's see. Excuse me. Put it right there. Command C. Command V. All right, and now let's go to there. To the LIs. Now if we add it, and there we go. But you notice mowing, edging. So mowing, edging should be above each other, right? Now we can do this too. Or actually, that's going to go there. In fact, instead of edging, that one's going to be hedge trimming. Notice, see how it's gone under it? It needs to be right there. The easiest way to do this would be to, well, let's go to our design mode. There we go. So we're going to make that one hedge trimming. and mowing. So it should be, let's go take a look. Okay, mowing edging. Mowing is above edging. So EDGING, hedge trimming. And okay, so now we need to go back to it, to the list. We need to make this wider. All right, now we're getting there. So that one should be EDGING. Hedge trimming, and then the last one should be cleaning all cuttings. All right, and those are a little wide, so what we're going to do now is just cut that out a little. So we'll go back, take a look at what I put here. All right, and there we have it. All right, so there's that. Next, well, now we need a paragraph because, let's go back to here. Right here we have this, okay? So we're going to copy that as well. But make sure to copy it from the Word document, all right? So this, we're going to copy that. Right, and then we're going to put a paragraph. And put it under it. And let's go back and grab that. Command C. All right, you'll notice that puts it right there. All right, so what I need to do is put a break there. Open BR, close. And look at the difference. See what it did? It took it right back up to there. But notice I capitalized them. And see, it doesn't matter if you don't. All right, so what we need to do, well, notice I put that into a section, right? Well, now I need another section. Okay, so to get that other section, what we need to do is we're going to go up to this one. So included is, so I'm going to take that section, copy it. Go down here, paste it. Now, this, we offer that. I'm going to take and that is going right here. Now look at the difference. Come on, I should have put it down there. Oh, yeah. So now I got to rename this section. Okay. So now we're going to put it dash contact. All right. That back out. All right, well, since it says that now, there's nothing in there, okay? So we didn't break it. So this section is going to go down to the next one. So what I have to do is come over here, down, last one, add. Notice now it says contact. Let's go down here and enter. Right, and it didn't quite go down far enough, did it? Well, let's float left. And if I take that enter out, I don't need it. Now, I just need to add length to it, right? Let's go back up here, the width, 100%. And there we have it, but it needs to be left. So, text left justified. All right, and now before that though, the end of the section, watch the BR comes in. All right. Let's try it there. It should have put it right there. Open, BR, close. There we go. So I'm going to go up and take this one out because for some reason it didn't like that. And that's where it should have been, but okay. So now we have that. So next, let's go take a look. Now the contact us. Take a look. Whoops. Take a look. The contact us is centered. Well, so I need a whole new section again, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to, instead of naming that contact, we're going to rename that one to additional. Just add, okay? So now all I have to do is go back to here, click on that, right click, and go to the end, add. And look, there we have it back. All right, so next, now we're going to copy that section and paste. And instead of add, so that'll be twice. Now instead of add, this is where contact comes in. Because this now says back to here, contact us. All right, so that now says contact us. Now, what we need to do is make that a link. All right, so now if I come up here, insert, we go down, there's an email link. That's not what we want. We want a regular link, right? Hyperlink. Contact us. Go here, contact page, open. Okay. Now I want that to be white as well. So we're going to go back to this contact selection. Click, click, contact selection, text, pound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice it didn't change colors, did it? Because it's a link, it automatically goes white. So we're not even going to worry about that, okay? That's why I wanted to show you that. So now I have that one set up, right? Well, next comes this, right? And that's right next to it. Okay, so this is named what? info box blue. All right, so now I want this one. Notice it's info box green. So let's take a look at something. Notice I don't change anything. I'm not changing it, all right? So this no longer needs to be there. All I'm doing, let's go back and look, is putting this in there now. So landscaping services is an H2. Let's go back to here. And V, landscaping services. All right, now I want to go back to that info box screen. Now watch, if I add it, we go up here. I've already got it right there. Okay, so what happened that made this happen? Well, let's take a look at this. That, okay, so we go down, lawn care info blue. We're going to clean up our code some. Okay. And we're going to actually go back to that one. Info blue, 50%. I click that off. I don't know why it took it down. It shouldn't have taken it down. Take a quick look here. Yeah, it shouldn't have taken that down. Nothing we did took that one down. Back up here. All right, so let's go to info box blue. Blue. Div, row. Column. Half. Info box blue. All right, let's take that down. And we've messed up the code. Anyway, we'll get that fixed. As you can see, we're now at that point of where it just rewrote the code itself. Let's check all the other pages. What we're going to do is File, Save All Related Files, Save All, come over to here, and we're going to view this. All right. Oh, it messed everything up. That is, it just renamed our HTML. Oh boy. Let's go back and take a look at what we did. All right, there's my services. It says it's the services, but oh. And index. Well, my index is right there. Oh, I know what I did. File. And we need to, oh no. Oh, okay. Yep, let's do this again. That was right. All right, so let's go home. There's the home page. And as you can see, we've messed that up. So let's go back and fix that to the 50%. And we're going to do it here, 50%. And what it looks like I'm going to have to do is actually rename those boxes for tomorrow. So I'll probably do that. Or for Thursday. Oops. All right, let's bring up the index. And Google Chrome. All right, so homepage looks good. Services, not found. So take a look. Why did it not find the services page? All right, services. Oh, let's rename that. The reason that's why it didn't show up is because I named it service. I click, edit, rename, services. Now it'll work. So Google Chrome. All right, there we go. Home, services. All right, and as you can see, the services is not turning out too well, but it's looking good here. Ah, okay. Gallery. Gallery came out well. The crew looks good. Contact us. Okay, we'll be working on the contact us Thursday as well as, well, let's quickly go back to here and I'll show you what's wrong. Why the services is coming up that way. Let's go to services and open it. And we're going to go to here. We're on live view now. And see, I didn't put all the information in there. And now these, okay, so these are column 4th. Well, we're going to change that name to column 4th 1. All right. And really quick, what we're going to do is come over here to CSS Designer. Come down to the column 4th. Okay, the column half. Okay, the column 4th right there. What we're going to do is we are going to duplicate into media query. Notice I can take it into both of those. But if I duplicate it, it puts it right here. All right? And that is now 1. All right? So I have it duplicated. Notice how that started to throw those off. So now I need to take the images and do the same thing. All right? So image, and this is the services. .svs, okay, for services. And we're going to put it there. And now I'm going to come back up here to the 1/4 image. And I'm going to duplicate it as well. All right, and notice the duplicate there is .svs. All right, so we're going to go to the end, space .svs. And there we have. Now I've just tied that into it. Okay? So those are all the same now. And this is now going to have that on it. Okay? But notice it does it for each of them. So once I get this picture fixed, and then we can work on all these. If I go 25% here, notice it does that for that, right? So the image itself is regular, but we'll work on that later, all right? So anyway, that being said, we're close to the end of this. Please try to show up Thursday night. Let me know what's going on. Hope to talk to you soon. Thank you. Have a nice evening. And please turn in your assignment from last week. In fact, let's do a quick check here while I'm online. Yes, please turn in your assignment and take the quiz for week 2. Thank you. Have a nice evening.